My name is Mike De La Rosa with Pivotal Consulting, and today in part 3 of this series, we are going to cover upskilling, where we show you how to use the tools you already have in Microsoft 365 to create a culture of learning. If you haven't seen the other videos in our blog series, you will want to make sure you check them out. In part 1, we covered tips for managing calendars, meetings, and files. Part 2 was all about task management and automation. Now let's begin with Microsoft Forms. Here are some features that we think will be helpful for you and your organization. Number 1, embedded forms into a stream video feed. Add knowledge checks to various points in a video timeline to ensure the audience is grasping the topics being conveyed, and we'll show you how to do that. Number 2, shuffling questions. Shuffle questions each time a quiz taker opens up the quiz, which kind of makes some variety happen within that, if it's a quiz and it's being taken multiple times. Number 3, assigning points to each question. Assign more difficult and complex questions with more points than the simpler ones. It makes your test taking, you can add some variety to that depending on what the test subject is. Now let's jump right in with showing you how to create a quiz. Okay, so from going to, when you go to office.com or the app launcher, you're going to click on the forms icon, which I've already done. But if you are, you can click on the waffle here in the top left corner, and then find forms in there. And you're going to want to click on that there. If you don't see it there, you can click on all apps, and then you'll see it on that subsequent screen. Okay, so to begin to make a quiz, what we're going to do is we're going to click here on this down arrow, and we're going to click on New Quiz. Once you have that open, you can go ahead and add a name to this quiz. Call it testing, just for the sake of this video. 1, 2, 3. That's just a little subtitle there. You can add it or not. It's completely up to you. You can also add an image here. So feel free to add an image directly from Bing, or go use your OneDrive or upload it directly from your computer, which can just add some personality there. Also, what's really nice is that you can actually edit this however you want. It has built-in themes you can select here automatically to change the style or the look and feel of your test, depending on what you want that to look like. You can also add your own here, again, adding an image to this background and adding a color theme to it as well. So you can characterize it specifically to your company, your company's brand, your company's image. So I'm just going to select something random here for my theme. Okay, and then from here, after you've done all that, which again, a lot of that is optional, you don't really need to do a lot of that, but you can do it to add some personality and add some differences there. Okay, and then here you just add questions then. So you're going to click on the Add New, and then you can have all different types of questions. Whether that be a choice question, which is multiple choice. Text is just a free open text. Rating, again, just rate something depending on the thing, or a scale, excuse me. You have the Likert here as well. Your just general rating, which is where you have people go up and down, move items in a certain, put them in a certain order, excuse me, from 1 to 10 or whatever you want that to be. You can do NPS, which is Net Promoter Score, and you can also create sections. But yeah, you have a lot of versatility, a lot of different options here. But for the sake of this video, I'm just going to go ahead and select choice. This one is going to be, let's see, what is 1 plus 1? And then from here, you can go ahead and select options. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, and 4. You can add as many of these as you want, as many options as you like. And then from here, you can actually select which one's the correct answer. Obviously, which is 2. That's what this check mark here means. You can mark the correct answer so that when people are taking it, they know which is the correct answer. You can also add this little message here that alerts people when they click on a certain answer. So if you want someone, I don't know, whatever your question is, maybe if someone clicks on it, you want to give them an explanation as to why that's not the correct answer, or you want to help them get to the right answer, you can add a little message here for that. You can do that for every single question that you have, which is really awesome. Assigning points. So again, we talked about this a little bit on the screen, or excuse me, on the PowerPoint, but you can actually assign points to each individual question. So let's go ahead and give this 2 points here. You can, if it has multiple answers, go ahead and select that. And you can also select if it's a required question or not. The 3 dots here, these are always going to mean more options or more settings. So if you click on there, you can see that you can change this to whatever you want. Branching is something that goes into a little more detail. If you want something, another video that describes branching a little more, go ahead and let us know in the comments below, and then we can get that put together for you guys. Okay, so that's that pretty much. It's really simple, very easy. Add as many questions as you like. These arrows move them up or down in the queue, essentially. And then up here, you can go and see all your overall settings for sharing specifically. So you want to show results automatically, or you can hide it to the very end so that, you know, like a lot of quizzes or tests that you take, at the very end, you figure out what the right answers are. Who can fill out this form? If you want people to only be able to do it one time, you're going to go ahead and select what we have selected here right now. Organization, only people in your organization can respond, and only one response per person. That's how you set that up here. If you want anyone to respond, you can click that there, and it's just going to be whoever gets that link, which allows for responses. You can set a start date, end date, all of that good stuff here. Customize your thank you message so that when people complete your quiz or finish it entirely, you have some kind of message afterwards. Maybe you're leading them to a survey, maybe you're leading them to another worksheet or whatever. Maybe you do that there. And then right here, you can also allow recipients of responses after submission. Or excuse me, allow receipt of responses after submission. So if you want to go ahead and get that email from whatever, you can set that there as well. That's all it takes to create a quiz. It's super simple, very, very easy to do. And it doesn't require a whole lot of learning. It's very simple and very intuitive, which is great. Okay, and then the share button here, this is how we're going to go ahead and link it and add it to wherever we want, whatever page you want to add this to, or if you want to send it in an email, you can go ahead and do that through this using this link here. And then again, there are more settings here that we can talk about in another video if you want a more detailed video on forms specifically. Okay, let's go back to the PowerPoint. Okay, so this quiz, again, could be shared in email like we talked about, or we can add it in a stream of video, which we're going to show you how to do that here as well. So for those of you who don't know, Stream is your organization's video streaming platform and is the Office 365 video replacement. So you can think of it as Microsoft's YouTube. It has a compelling set of features, making impressive improvements over its predecessor. I'll just call out one feature here, which is embedding quizzes into the video feed, or what they call interactivity. So interactivity, how you actually add a quiz, you follow the steps here shown on the screen. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to actual the video that you want to add the thing to. That's step number 1, quiz 2. You're going to be clicking on interactivity, which I'm going to run through all of these steps here after this as well. Click on add the form and then enter that URL on that form. Let me quickly hop over to Stream and show you how that's done. Okay, so in here, you're going to go to whatever video you want to add this to. I already have the video uploaded here, so I'm just going to do this and show you how it's done. You're going to go to whatever spot in this video that you want this quiz to show up in. So let me go ahead and put it at 30, minute 30 exactly. So let me pause this. It's 1:30. Now you see interactivity up here in the top right. You're going to click on interactivity, and I already added it earlier as a test, but I'll do it again here. You click on add form, and then this is where that URL comes into play. So let me come back over here, grab this URL, copy it. We're going to paste it into this slot here. We can name our form test. Sure, that's fine. It's placed at 1:30, like as you can see there. Now let's go ahead and add that to the timeline. So now when people are coming through and looking at this video, let me just back up just a few seconds and press play. As this approaches that 1 minute and 30 second spot, you'll see that the quiz is going to pop up here. Boom. So here's the quiz. Automatically pops up here for your viewers. So this is really great, and we're going to talk about this in another video, but this is really great for if you have internal training that new employees need to do, for example, and maybe you want to test them throughout the video to make sure that they're actually learning and absorbing that material. This would be perfect for that. So then they have to go ahead and do this. Okay, well, this one is 2. Let me submit that question, and we're just going to kind of keep going through the video in that way. View results, you can go ahead and see what you got. Oh, look, I got a perfect score. Congratulations. But that's literally all it takes to go ahead and put quizzes into your different videos or trainings or whatever. So let's say you have a training that you're doing, and at the end of that video, you want to go ahead and have them have to take a test. Well, that's how you would add that here. Super simple, super easy, and very, very, very useful. Let's go back to the presentation here. We got one more thing to talk about, and that is Microsoft Yammer. So Yammer is something that doesn't get talked about too much, but it's definitely worth talking about. So Yammer has long been a misunderstood application, often labeled as just social for enterprise. Well, historically, it's also been another place for end users to have to navigate to, understandably lowering its rank and usefulness. So now that it can be easily embedded as an interactive feed in Teams and SharePoint, that story is really quickly changing. Yammer makes an excellent replacement for email distribution groups, creating a searchable knowledge base maintained by your end users. So the best new feature is most definitely, hands down, the Q&A mark best answer feature. Rather than simply asking a question as the default post, it can be added as a question, allowing the poster and the Yammer community admin to mark the best answer, which saves time for others with the same question. All right, and that is it, everybody. I hope each and every one of you were able to take something away from this video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more technology insights like this, and hit that like button, notification bell to keep up with our videos.